you guys, I can't believe the gorgeous woman I have sitting glowing in front of me. She is an author. She is a cook. She is a jewelry designer. She has a skincare line. Am I missing anything?
I'm a mother.
Oh, you're a mother. K-Cav. Kristin Cavallari is in the house.
Hi.
I'm so excited you're here.
I am too. I really am.
Like, it happened, and I'm just so excited.
Yay, me too.
And who would have thought it would happen? Like, because you're coming out with a podcast with Stephen.
Stephen and I are going back to the beach, yes, which airs July 19th. And it's a rewatch podcast. So we went back and watched seasons 1 and 2 of Laguna Beach, and then we talked about them. And we do not hold back. I think it's going to be really interesting as a viewer or a listener, I should say. You know, the number one question we've always gotten has been, was the show real? And it's such a complicated answer. I would say no, but there's so many different layers to it. So we really go through scene by scene, essentially, and we pull back the curtain and we talk about exactly what was going on and how the show was put together. So I think for reality fans, it's going to be pretty fascinating. It might also ruin reality shows for people. So
Right.
if you don't want your bubble burst, maybe don't listen. Not that I want to encourage anyone to not listen to my podcast, but we don't hold back. So it'll be hopefully very entertaining.
Wait, did you watch together?
No, we didn't watch together. But I mean, we might as well have because
Yeah.
we talked about everything in great detail. But it was actually very therapeutic because, you know, at the time I was so emotionally invested in it and I was so upset about everything that even if Stephen was sitting there telling me something wasn't how it was portrayed, I either couldn't hear it, didn't want to hear it, or whatever it was, where now I could just take a step back and really hear him. At the time, I felt like I was the only one who was edited and, you know, manipulated and all of these things. I took everything very personally. But now going back and hearing Stephen's perspective, I'm like, oh, shit, everyone was just as edited. Everyone was messed with the same amount. And so that's been really eye-opening.
This was 2004, people. I want you to get it into your brains. 2004.
Before reality shows were what they are. I mean, we had no idea.
Maybe The Real World was before you guys, but
The
that was
Real
the
World,
only...
There was a couple, but I mean, not many.
And nothing that is our age. I mean, we're
Right.
talking about this before. You're 35. I'm 34. Like, this was like me watching my age group,
Right.
which was like a wild
Right.
thing, and your lives like in Laguna Beach. But you were talking about the editing. Is that okay? Like, has time lapsed enough? Like, can someone get mad? Like, can there be season desist?
No,
like,
and I mean, I think the contract that we signed back in the day was so humongous, and we were just like, okay, yeah, no problem. Like, yeah, we just want to be on TV. So
did they pay you?
So they did. It was so small, and I would have done it for free.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, put me on TV. Absolutely. I will sell my soul to the devil no matter what. But so, no, I mean, we barely made anything. But it's obviously opened up so many doors for me, and I'm so thankful, of course. But no, they, they totally took advantage.
Wait, could you imagine today, Kristin, in that age, like you got what they call today, like the villain edit.
Yeah.
But like we didn't know that word,
Right.
We didn't think about it like that. And people still loved you.
Well, loved or hated. Or
loved
me or loved to hate me.
Right.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like, there wasn't social media. There wasn't Instagram trolls.
There was none of that. So the only thing really, I remember when it aired, I went on, on, I guess maybe it was the MTV website. I can't even remember, but people could comment, and that everyone hated me on the internet. So I remember, and being 17, 18, I took that stuff to heart. I mean, that was kind of hard. But the flip side was, while I was getting all of this hate, or what I thought, on the internet and whatnot, then publicly, like in the entertainment world, I was getting all these accolades. So like Us Weekly, and I was winning the Young Hollywood Award and all this stuff. So it was like a very weird dynamic to be being recognized for it in the entertainment world, but then like publicly being hated for it.
What is because you're saying a lot of things weren't real. So what can you tell us, since we're going to listen to the podcast and find out, but what's like the biggest thing that you're like, no, that was real, you guys?
Okay, so some of I'd say actually some of the bigger moments were actually real, and the two that just stand out in my mind are when my car broke down.
I remember that.
And I said, my car's donezo, and I was getting mouthy with the cop. I watched it back, and I was like, what
you had like a white truck, right?
Me? Yes, the white
I like
Suzuki
remember
Trooper.
that, you guys.
Yes.
You know why? Because I think so many, and especially like I lived in the city, it was like so cool.
Oh,
like,
I hated that car.
No, but you didn't have this like fancy,
and
like
a brand new BMW
right,
or Mercedes,
right,
like
so,
everybody else at my high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did that like?
Well, so that car was my dad's at one point, and then it was my brother's, and that was mine. So by the time I got it, it was like 10 or 11 years old. And MTV had me go and look for cars. Of course, they had me going to like Ferrari dealerships and that's all bullshit.
Right.
But on the way home, my car actually broke down, which was just like one of those moments that MTV just got gold, you know? And I think because I was so like, the amount of traffic that I had caused behind me, I was like really kind of amped up about it and, upset about it. But when I was that age, if I was upset or insecure about something, I became just bitchy. And so a cop came and he was like, you need to move your car over. And I was like, I can't move my car. And I'm like mouthing off to this cop. It's like, God, what's wrong with me? But so that was real. Cabo, the bar scene where Stephen was yelling in my face, calling me a slut, that was real. That was real. And I'll tell you what, I was really nervous to watch that episode. And I watched it back and I said, I'm really proud of how I reacted. Thank you very much. I was just trying to get away from the situation. And I watched it thinking, okay, I was proud for being hammered at 17 years old, how I handled that situation.
We loved Hammered. Kristin.
She is still
and she's still right when you like decide to drink
Yes.
now you drink like organic grape wine.
Don't let that fool you. I can throw back tequila.
But you're still you get the same. I remember. Oh, we'll get into that. But I just remember it was like on one of those Instagram lives. We'll talk about that later. And you were like grinding or something. And then I don't remember who I was talking to about it, but we were saying like Kristin gets drunk and like she would grind on me if I was there.
100%.
Yeah. Like it doesn't mean.
I'm just like, woo, like lovey, just want to dance. I'm a happy drunk.
Okay. So those two moments were definitely real.
Yeah, very real.
The relationship with Stephen.
So that was real. However, I will say, Stephen and I dated a year before MTV came, and that was when we were our best, when it was like a very innocent, sweet, young love. And then we broke up, MTV came, kind of caught the tail end of that, and then they just ran with this quote-unquote love triangle, which now, listening to Stephen explain it, really didn't exist the whole time MTV was going on, so which was the main storyline of the whole show. But
didn't exist because he wasn't into Lauren?
Yeah, like they were good friends. When Stephen and I broke up, he and Lauren did hang out for a little while, but then Stephen and I got back together and nothing ever went on between the two of them. But of course, that was what MTV tried to make it seem like was going on. And Stephen, he actually was pretty upset about that at the time, which I didn't realize. He's like very, I don't want to say triggered, but he's very sensitive to him being the player on the show. Like he hates that was his.
But does he know that he got like a really good at it?
I'm always like, Stephen, every girl was in love with you. Like, how are you actually upset about this?
No, and especially with you, you're like, excuse me.
Don't talk to me about this. No, he'll be fine. But anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that. I just started trailing off. But
So Lauren, the love triangle might have not been.
It was,
but like maybe on Lauren's, like me trying to believe you guys, me trying to believe in reality TV. Maybe Lauren was in love with him though.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We tried to have her on. She said no.
On what? On the podcast?
On the podcast, yeah. So it would have been nice to have her perspective.
And she didn't want to?
No.
Like have her on as a guest?
Yeah.
She said no.
Yeah. So I really genuinely was
Wow.
curious about hearing her perspective and her take on the whole thing, you know? Again, because I'm not affected by it anymore. At the time, no, I probably wouldn't have cared. But now I would love to hear her side of things. Yeah.
She didn't want to come on. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so but The Hills was the show that ended with the screen being pulled back. So that was The Hills. Oh my God, I remember that moment so well. But okay, back to the love triangle. Basically, Laguna Beach ended, I feel like, when the love triangle wasn't really happening
no more
anymore.
love triangle.
Yeah, right?
Well, they did another season. So I did seasons 1 and 2. They did a third season, which I don't think it was with the class below us. I think because no one knew who they were. It just didn't do as well. And then The Hills, I can't remember exactly when it all happened, but The Hills happened pretty quickly, I would say. So then they just decided to run with that.
Got you.
Yeah.
And for Back to the Beach with Stephen, who thought of this idea? How did it happen?
Stephen did. He came to me about it. I was really hesitant at first, to be honest. And he
texted? Wait, you guys reconnected. Remember you posted that photo?
Yeah.
When was that?
So that was August of 2020. And Stephen and I remained in touch over the years, but you know, obviously I was married and having kids, and it just became a little bit too complicated, I guess is the right way to say it. So I went to Laguna Beach with my kids in August of 2020, and he and I got dinner together. And it was so great, so fun. And then not long after that, he came to me about the idea. I didn't necessarily pass on it, but I was like, I don't know, you know. And then months later, it came to me again, and I was like, all right, I'll explore this. And so we did, and I'm so happy that I decided to.
I'm literally, guys, like, because I have a podcast, I don't get to listen to so many podcasts, but I really want to listen.
Oh, thanks.
And I want to go back and watch. Now I'm like remembering,
wild.
because it's been 2004.
18 years.
And you were 18. Wait, and
I
you
was
were
17.
You were 17.
I was 17, and then the second season I was 18. Yeah, it's been wild to go back and watch it because I haven't seen it since it aired, which is probably a very good thing. But now
I'm having a flashback to like your highlights.
Oh, God. And my like chunky ears.
No, but you still have the same length hair. You've never really let it go long.
No, it's so funny. I was looking at photos yesterday, and my hair. When I was pregnant for like 6 years straight, my hair was actually very long because it would grow so fast. But I just don't think it's as flattering on me. So I've
long.
Yeah, really long. It kind of like draws my face.
Oh, I got you.
Face.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a question: is there still a spark between you and Stephen?
Listen, no. I mean, I have so much love for him, and I always will. He was my first real love, you know, and it was such a sweet love. But no.
No.
No, I
And
love him.
on his end, do you think?
No.
Okay. Okay. So no dating Steven. Okay, check that off. So the only really, we're talking before about how you're pretty private. The only really like goss we got about you dating at all. Why you laugh?
I can't wait.
No, it was only that Jeff died, dude.
Yeah. I know. I've been pretty able to keep things on the DL lately, which is nice.
What was that relation? Was that your first
Jeff.
after?
He actually wasn't. No, I dated someone right away after Jay for about 5-6 months, and then Jeff,
Who wasn't known at all.
who wasn't known. No, not really. And then I dated Jeff for 5-6 months right after that other guy, and then I didn't date at all for a while, to be honest. And then in the last, I'd say, since like March, I've been actively dating.
Like around or one person?
I was dating someone for a couple months, but I continued to go on other dates. So I've actually been on quite a few dates.
How? Are people setting you up?
People have set me up. Mutual friends. My DMs have essentially been my dating app.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, verified only or
Yeah.
normies?
No, unfortunately, I'm only gonna go. Sorry, I'm only gonna go for the verified.
No, and also you see them probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's easier. I can't filter through all of my DMs,
Right,
but I
right.
can see those blue check marks.
Right.
honey.
Right. That is
Yeah.
right. But they don't have to be like
No,
mega famous.
no, not at all. Not actually. I
feel like you'd
someone to
prefer it,
not
yeah.
be- To be honest, I really, in my head, my ideal guy is like a businessman who no one knows.
Right.
But and I have gone on a date with a businessman in Nashville actually. But you know, we'll see. I don't like people that often, and I'm pretty picky, I guess. So, but I'm not going to settle. I'm going to stay picky.
I mean, we were just talking about before we started, like you had kids pretty young.
I was 25 when I had Camden. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, so I had 3 kids, 25, I guess for Jackson I was 27, and then Sailor 28. I mean, we were like boom, boom, boom.
on purpose?
Yeah, and I'm so thankful now.
Now you're thankful.
so thankful. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
It's nice.
I have a 2-year-old and I have another one. And you're done.
I'm done.
And I was like, you could just be hot right now. And like, wait, and I have to ask, like, because I literally, and I say this to my husband, so it's no shade, but like splitting the kids up, there are some advantages, no?
No, 100%.
Like that seems like a really nice
100%.
arrangement.
I will say, I mean, listen, it's very sad. Every Friday, well, Thursday night, because we switch every Friday, it's hard. And I go from my house being complete chaos to it being dead quiet. And so it's an adjustment every single week. But no, there are definitely good things about it. I've gotten my social life back. You know, I've seen my friends. I'm able to travel. I've gotten my me time back. I'm able to take really good care of myself now, physically, mentally, emotionally, because I don't have my kids for a week. And then when I do have them, I'm ready. Like I am, I hope, super mom, and I am like energized and ready to go. And so, yeah, I think that in a lot of ways it has been a very good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so any info on the Jeff Dye relationship?
What do you want to know?
I don't know.
I mean, I'll tell you.
I don't know. I don't know what feelings I have on it. I'm not even
that's
ship.
well, I can tell you. You'll probably appreciate it after this. He was the perfect guy right after Jay because he was funny and was so sweet to me. And we honestly just had a lot of fun. I mean, we did. He loved me, and it was
I know he
so
probably was
great.
like score, like.
But he is gorgeous in person. Like his pictures do not do him justice. He's a really good guy. He has a really big heart, and so it was great.
Maybe
It
he'll
was
be
great.
the next Pete Davidson and like, you know, leveling up.
There you go, yeah.
All these like dating all these hot celebs.
There you go.
But it wasn't like the thing.
No, but he was great right after Jay.
Okay. And then how did you guys meet? Was it DMs?
DMs.
Damn.
He asked me to come on his podcast, which before the last like month or so, I like would never do podcasts, and I thought he was cute, so I was like, all right, I'll do this podcast. And then I never did the podcast, but we ended up hanging out.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's a good story. Wait, so your DMs are now you're seeing somebody? So
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I just ended a 2-3 month thing, and so I'm dating.
Is it easier to date in Nashville versus
Yes.
like it being like LA, New York?
I think so. Yeah, because well, yes and no. I mean, LA and New York, you have to worry about paparazzi. Nashville, you don't. However, now with all of these Instagram sites and everything, anyone's a paparazzi.
Right.
So
But we didn't find out about your first relationship.
that's because it was in the height of COVID and we literally didn't go anywhere, which was such a blessing in disguise. But I know how to keep things under wraps. I know the places not to go to.
Yeah.
I know what to do. You know, there's a way to navigate around it if you really want to, usually.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to do because I also realized the Jeff thing came out immediately. Like, I think it was the first time we actually ever hung out. It came out. And so ideally in my perfect world, there would be a couple months without people knowing so that I can get to know somebody.
Right.
Because I went on 2 dates with someone and it got out in the press and then it didn't go anywhere. And it's like, that wasn't my boyfriend. I literally hung out with this guy twice.
Yeah.
And so I just think that it's better for the relationship, for the people involved, if everyone doesn't know about it right away.
Right. And so you now live in Nashville. You feel like faux life, like
Yeah,
really.
I love it. Yeah, and I'm 35 minutes outside of the city. I live on 28 acres. I live a very peaceful, quiet, normal life. I love it.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't go back to LA.
No, and I mean, I have a place in LA, and I'm out there a decent amount, so I'm able to get my fix. You know, I think if I didn't have this part of my world where I get to go to New York and LA, maybe I'd get a little stir crazy in
Gotcha.
Nashville. But I get this fix. You know?
Right.
So I'm really content.
Right. Whenever shit goes down and people are talking about you, you never respond to it.
Yeah, not usually, because what I've learned over the years is if I comment, it just makes it a bigger story.
Yeah.
So if I actually want something to go away, I'm not going to say shit.
And then
Or I'll post about Uncommon James because I know all eyes are on me.
that is genius. Whenever you do that, and I'm like, we're all waiting on your page to see something. You know, some
My views
celebrities.
go up. I'm all, okay, I want to take advantage
Oh,
of
you
this.
really notice that?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but then how do you do it so quickly? You always have like a campaign ready to go.
Well, we have a bunch of campaigns going on every year, so it just works out.
Yeah. And we were talking about it when you came in about the Tyler Cameron, the new shoot for Uncommon James.
Yes. Yeah. So he's in my video. So we've been doing videos since the inception of the company, but this time I just wanted to change it up, and I knew having a love interest would be different, and hopefully get people talking. Which, as the owner of my own company, that's the goal. I'm looking at it as a marketing ploy, And Tyler, obviously, he's gorgeous. That's why I hired him.
Was he your first?
Yes, I had a short list. I think there was 2 people on my list, and yeah, he was. You know who was the one who was like, "You should get him"? Was Justin, my best friend. He was like, "Tyler would be perfect."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was. And Tyler is the nicest, most down to earth guy on the planet. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I love him.
And then there were some paparazzi photos of you guys in the desert. We got excited
Yeah.
for a moment. We were like, oh my God. And then I think we realized soon after that it was for
for a shoot.
For a shoot. But you did spend like an entire weekend, right? In the desert or something.
I was there for the whole weekend. Tyler was there for, oh no, I guess he was there for 2 nights. Yeah. I mean, so after that shoot, we all went out. We had the best time.
It looked like it.
We really did. We had the best time. I'm going to see him tonight. We're going to get dinner tonight. I mean, like he's a buddy. I love him.
But nothing like what?
No.
Because we thought there was a spark. What were you on together? On Daily Pop, where he like pulled you in? Where he pulled you in for a dance? Yeah.
You know what was weird about that? I had booked him in my video 2 days before that. And then he randomly came on Daily Pop when I was hosting it. And I was like, God, what are the chances? And then, yeah, the other hosts on the show were trying to get us to dance and do all this stuff. But yeah, no, he's fun. Like we just have a good time together.
Oh, that's so cute. And then we were talking about Justin Anderson being your bestie, which you guys are. Didn't he move to Nashville like for you?
Well, we were filming Very Cavallari at the time, but yeah, I mean, he definitely says if I didn't live there, he probably wouldn't have moved. I love him.
But now that he's stayed, how fun is that?
No, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And does he do your hair all the time?
You know what? He stopped coloring my hair. It's
Why?
a big issue. He's over it, which I totally get. He got so burnt out on it. So yeah, no, he hasn't colored my hair in a few months.
Justin!
Rude. He just said, he's like, I think I need to color it again. I was like, I can't have this conversation with you.
Okay, so we were talking about this before too a little bit. Is like Justin loves like the Instagram life.
Yeah, lives on Instagram.
Which you don't.
No.
Does he fill you in on like hot goss or if people are talking about you?
Yeah, he will. I mean, he's kind of how I hear about a lot of stuff because I really don't pay attention.
Yeah.
But he's funny. Now he's like, I don't know if I should bother you with this or not. I'm like, just tell me. It's all good. But I feel like, yeah, he's my eyes and my ears. But sometimes, most of the time, I don't even know what shenanigans he's up to be honest.
And a lot of times it's so cute because even if it's not anything bad about you, he'll like, he flips out and then he feels, and then he like defends or he tries to tell your side of the story without really like saying it. Sweet. Do you ever get like, are you ever like, Justin, just hush?
Yeah, I have. That we've only ever gotten in, not fights, but 2 tough conversations, I would say. One of them was when there was a lot of that drama going on. And I said, you have to stop commenting because you are keeping the story alive. Like, you got to just let it go. I said, it's not worth it. That was one time. And then New Year's, he was on his phone a lot. And I said, can you just put your phone down and be here with us?
Because you don't spend a lot of time on social media?
No, I mean, maybe I'm on it a little bit more now that I'm single. You know what I mean? I just said to a friend, I was like, once I'm in a relationship, I'm probably never going to be on it. But no, I do it obviously for work, but I realize it's a fine line between sharing my personal life and work stuff. If it was just work, no one would follow me, or not really. And so I do try to have a healthy balance without letting people in too much. Because even though I've done 1,000 reality shows at this point, I've actually always been pretty private and I've kept people at an arm's length. And so I feel like I do the same thing with Instagram.
Right. And like I said, you are private and you don't show your kids on Instagram. You put the smileys, which sometimes makes me giggle. Just when, I'll tell you when it's funny, when your kids are like running. I don't even know how you do it. I wanted to ask you how you do it sometimes. When they run it in and somehow you have the emoji, but it's like moving with them. Yes.
Well, I think that used to be, was it Snapchat? It used to be a lot easier. You could just like put it on their face and it would stay.
Yeah.
Now it's very difficult on it. That's why I make them so big sometimes.
Oh my God.
Like moving around.
Are you ever like fuck it or?
I would love to, but now I can't because of I'd have to get the okay from Jay too.
Was it more him that wasn't into showing them?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I think it's a good thing because I do want to protect their identity. I also want them to be able to make the decision for themselves.
Yeah.
When they're old enough to be on Instagram, if they are, I'll post a million pictures of them. I just want them to have the opportunity to make the decision.
You make me feel bad because I literally like post my baby.
No, and people love to see it.
People do. Yeah. And the thing is like sometimes, you know, the one person that could be, you know, nasty or not respect or whatever, but so many people, it brings them, you know, people love kids.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was just going to say, and now you're making me rethink this question because you did become friends with the Bravo boys. You are now becoming friends with Tyler. But I was like, you kind of keep to yourself in the celeb world. Like you're not very...
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people, but yeah, I guess I've always kind of been like that because I think it's a very fake world, to be honest. And I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust anyone who's famous.
Literally.
Not really. I mean, I had a really weird experience actually with a really famous celeb back in the day. It was like one of my first experiences. I did an interview with Rolling Stone magazine and I talked about an incident I had with this person. And I was like, she's going to fucking kill me when I see her. And she came up to me when I saw her and she was like, hey, we need to get lunch. And I was like, Hollywood is so weird. Oh my God. So I just feel like everything is so fake.
Yeah, Hollywood is
play that
weird.
game. Yeah.
Hollywood is weird. And that's probably why like living in Nashville but getting to do this stuff probably feels so
Yeah, I
good.
get to pop in and then go home to a normal life. Yeah.
Okay, so then Very Cavallari happened in 2018. It ran for 4 seasons.
Three.
Oh, 3?
3. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought 4. Okay, I'll say that again. Very Cavallari started in 2018, ran 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That was your idea, right?
It was. And at the time when I pitched it, I wasn't really supposed to be on it. I wanted it to be more like Vanderpump Rules. But E essentially told me that if I wasn't on it as much, they wouldn't do it. So yeah, but I loved the experience. For me, going back and having an executive producer title and being more involved in the creative behind it was a really enjoyable experience. Coming from Laguna Beach in the Hills, where I felt like everything was just manipulated or it wasn't really me, I felt like people did get to see more of my personality. Very Cavallari was still very much set up and storylines and all of these things, but it was more of who I am.
And also the people that worked there though really worked there.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah.
Does anybody
Brittany still works for me. Yeah, she's my IT girl. She's a little smarty pants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she actually just had to come over to my house and I had a virus on my computer, so she had to come over and fix it for me.
And there was Kelly.
Yeah, but she never worked for me.
Oh, she never worked. She was just a friend.
She was just a friend. Yep.
And no longer friends.
Nope.
There was some drums.
Yep.
And there was Shannon.
Yep.
She was social media.
She was.
And there was like stuff.
She was a horrible employee. I mean, and I was like, I can't just keep you on for the show. Like, this is my actual business.
Yeah.
That was it. I actually think she is funny as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
she was great at Instagram captions, but she wasn't there for Uncommon James. She was there to be famous.
And I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other girls though, not right? Like Brittany and
Brittany, no, I mean, Brittany is there for a career, you know, like she'll probably, I would imagine, work for me forever, which
my
I
God.
love. Yeah. And I love her so much, but no, everyone else was there for the show. And that was the thing when the company started to take off, I was like, I had to really evaluate it and be like, do I want my company to be successful or do I just want a good TV show? Which I wanted both at the time.
Yeah.
But my company was more important to me
Yeah.
than the show because I knew before I started Very Cavallari in my head, I said, I only want to do 3 seasons. I want to get in, get out. And that's what we did. So.
Okay, so it didn't get canceled. It was just what you wanted to do.
No, I walked away from it because of my divorce, honestly. I didn't want to have to date on the show or talk about any of that. Like,
Yeah.
To me, that's not who I am.
Because Jay was also a big part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Was he into doing it?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like a love-hate relationship with it, but maybe a little bit down. So the main goal, though, you were saying was to promote Uncommon James, which worked, by the way. We bought, my sister's here too. You're wearing Uncommon James?
Oh, I love it. Yay.
I also have what are they called? The ones with the thing and then the thing?
Oh my, from like one of the original.
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why can't I think of the name? That's actually one of my favorite.
We have a few. We have
I
a
love
bunch.
Uncommon
We would
James.
shop there. We would shop a lot of Uncommon
thanks.
James.
Thank
You
you.
also bought me Kristen's cookbook.
Aw.
Roots.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thanks, guys.
And I made the you know what I would make a lot? What are those the pancakes?
The butternut squash pancakes.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are great.
And also the skinny marg I learned from you.
love.
Look at you, a woman of so many
You know,
so many
pancakes
traits.
and margaritas. That's what I do.
But that's the thing. You're kind of, I feel like, an enigma to people in the way that like there's Laguna Beach Kristin, which
Yeah.
is like Denzel, then mom,
Yeah.
then healthy cooking,
Yeah.
then jewelry,
Yeah.
Now-
I wear a lot of hats. There's a lot of sides to my personality.
yeah,
Yeah.
and skincare now too.
Yeah. Uncommon Beauty, which we've had for just a little bit over a year. And we launched that with our 5 core products. They're the 5 products that I think could be the base of everyone's skincare routine. And in January, February of 23, we're going to follow up with some products that are a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Like a retin-A alternative and some stuff like that. Eye patches, all the fun stuff.
Where did the uncommon thing, like Uncommon James?
So James is my daughter's middle name, and I knew that I wanted the company to have James in it. And I really don't like anything too perfect. I love a little imbalance, and so nothing so I just felt like everything that we were going to do was a little uncommon. Which is kind of how it came about. It was my 30th birthday. I was with a bunch of friends and we were just throwing out ideas.
No, I really like it. So Uncommon Beauty, how do you feel about like people being like, oh, so many celebs, skincare lines and stuff?
I mean, I get it. And of course that was in my head when we launched it, but we're a clean skincare brand and we actually are. A lot of people or brands say that they are and they're not. We are. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm like, just try the products, feel the products, they stand on their own.
Yeah.
I can sit here all day and tell you I think something's amazing, but when you actually experience it, I know that you'll love these products. The feedback we've gotten has been insane. And the before and afters of people's skin blows me away, even people in my own office. And so it's doing well. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Do you sell it in the store in Nashville as well?
Yeah. So we have 3 stores, Nashville, Chicago, and Dallas. And then we're going to open Charleston actually next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's been fun.
Any reality show to go along with that?
No.
No.
God, no.
Wait, so
done.
now that I'm thinking of it, when you came out with your beauty line, you didn't do like influencer boxes, PR box. You don't really do that stuff.
No. I mean, no offense to influencers. They don't move the needle. We've worked with them a little bit before. There's only a couple that really make a difference.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And so
I make a difference. Everybody
make a difference.
Okay. Also recently you shared that you don't get Botox and filler.
Yeah.
Why should it be that surprising, people? She's 35.
That's why I'm like.
Like, you look amazing.
What?
I've told you this 3,000 times since you walked in.
Thank you.
But like.
But right, I'm not 55. I'm fucking 35. What? Jeez.
Yeah.
No, I the only thing I've ever done is actually, and it was in the height of COVID, thank God, I did Dysport under my eyes. I fucking hated it. And I was
Really?
like, this is why I don't do this stuff.
Why? What did it
I felt like
do?
anytime I smile, like it got rid of these lines, but it made the bags under my eyes more prominent. And I just, like, I look at photos from that like 6-month period. I'm like, oh, I like can't look at it. So no, I'm very animated. I need my face to move. I have fine lines. I do, but they don't bother me.
Yeah.
And so no.
But are you against like the cap because you're such a clean queen?
I think it's a few things. I think, yes, we don't really know the long-term effects of this stuff. I mean, and when I say long-term, I don't mean 5 years. I mean like 25 years.
Yeah.
You know? To me, your face is a muscle. And so instead of freezing it, I think you should work it out the same way you would any other muscle. So that's why like the electric current devices I think are great.
Oh my God, they freak me out. But yeah, you
But
should do them.
they'll get that face
Yeah.
moving. And then I also think too, I've just seen so many people get carried away with it because I think, and I don't know, but in my head, what I think happens is you start comparing yourself to your last, like, I guess dosage, is that what I don't know. And so you're no longer comparing yourself to like your base when you started getting Botox or filler or whatever. So like you keep going and going and going and then all of a sudden your face looks crazy.
Yeah.
I can spot filler a mile away.
Yeah, filler
on
is
people.
bad.
I'm like, oh, it's so bad.
Filler is bad because I feel like it moves and it just doesn't always do what it's supposed to.
And they say it dissolves, but Justin will tell you he just had to come to New York to get everything. He hasn't gotten it in years, and he had to come here to have someone actually like inject him to dissolve everything. He looks 20 years younger.
Oh my God.
I think that stuff ages you. I really do.
Yeah, I
really
agree.
do.
I agree. I mean, listen, if you have like an etched line that you are thinking of, aka me thinking about it. No, I just started thinking about it, but you know why? I feel like I just went to LA too many times this year.
See, maybe that's what it is. I don't live in LA anymore. I'm like, I
went to LA 3 times and I come back and I'm like, there's this one line.
Well, I always am like doing this.
Don't do it anymore.
I know.
I
I'm
created
like,
an etch.
So I'm always like,
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. We need to like be more stoic
like
in our
that.
faces.
Yeah.
No, I'm like-
hold my face like that.
The other thing you shared recently, you shared a hot bikini pic of you with your little butt.
Thank you.
And your caption was, I thought it would just be like, buns out, suns out. But it was actually.
Beach bum.
But you got a little deep.
I did. And yeah, those always do the best for me, which is so not like me. But because here's the thing, I did sit on that photo for a few days because I knew if I just threw it up and was like, buns out, people were going to be like, you're a mother. What the hell is wrong with you? And here's my thing. I've been working out with a trainer for like 4 or 5 months. He has me lifting very heavy weight. I've put on a lot of muscle weight and I'm proud of that. And I think just because I am a mom doesn't mean I should be ashamed of my body or have to hide it. And so, yeah, I decided, fuck it, I'm going to post it. I had to be in the right mood though,
Wait, do you really feel, Kristin, like people, like you get mom shamers?
Oh, yeah, which I don't really care because I'm confident in all of the decisions I make in my life. So someone's opinion of me doesn't really affect me.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I get also because I don't share a lot of that stuff.
Right.
Usually, I have a couple ass photos on my Instagram over the years, but not many. But yeah, I mean, I knew that people would give me shit, and so I just wanted to explain where I was coming from.
Yeah.
Because I don't always let people in either, and so that was just a moment where I felt okay, I'll connect.
And we'll take what we can get. We're like, here's a piece of information.
Here's a little nugget.
Because then the 2 other photos were you like when you were much skinnier.
Yes. So
not much skinnier.
No, I was really thin. And it was the fall of 2019. I was really stressed out. I had a lot going on. And I was eating honestly the same amount of food that I am now. It was purely stress. But looking at those photos and just seeing how far I've come, it makes me proud. I feel the best I ever have physically, but like mentally, emotionally, they all fuel one another. And so, yeah, I just think it's something to celebrate. I don't know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And people freaking loved it. So your workout routine is like weights right now?
Yeah. So my trainer, Kevin Klug, he kills me. So we work out usually 3 times a week for an hour. And he has me lifting the heaviest weight I ever have in my entire life, to the point where I'm like, Kevin, I can't even hold these weights. He's like, just do it. And then a 4th day, I'll try to do maybe 30 minutes on a Versa climber, which is also brutal.
Is that for your butt?
Well, it's like, it's this machine where you're like going up and down. Or I just did hot yoga with Justin yesterday morning before I came to New York. So I'll just try to change it up on that 4th day.
4 days a week, people.
Yeah. I used to do 5. Well, maybe that's not why, but I used to do 5 when I was super skinny.
But you were probably doing
cardio.
I was
lifting like 5-pound weights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. So to look really hot, you have to work out, which is the annoying conclusion that I always get
There's
to.
no magic secret. It's eat healthy, try not to drink all the time, and
do you not drink a lot?
I really actually don't. I know it kind of seems like I do because every time I'm posting a photo, but I'm like, look, I still got it. But no, I probably drink 1 to 2 times a week.
Like only when you're like with friends or going
Yeah,
out?
like if I'm just at home with the kids, I'm not like having a glass of wine.
Yeah.
I actually really don't drink around my kids for the most part. Like we were just in the Turks and Caicos. There was one night I had a glass of wine, but that was it. And so, yeah, pretty sensitive about that with them. Not sensitive, but I just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're aware of
when
like,
they go to sleep though.
Now, I'm going to bed. I'm fucking exhausted. Are you kidding? They're in bed at like 8:39. It lights out for me too.
What? But then you don't get any time to yourself.
But I have a week off then.
Oh, true.
That's what I'm like. I'm
living.
fucking
You're like, don't worry.
3 kids is exhausting.
Oh my God.
I'm so tired at the end of the day.
Oh my God.
Especially right now because it's summer. Like it's full on all day.
Full on.
Yeah.
And I feel like Justin told me that you don't have help.
No, I don't have any help.
People.
The only
listening?
What?
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Telling the audience.
I mean, my kids are in school. This summer's been a little rough, but my kids are in school. But no, I mean, the only help around my house that I have is a cleaner that comes once a week. That's it. But there was a phase in my life a few years ago when we did have a nanny, and we also had a private chef for a week and then a week off and a week on. So, I've had help in my
You've had help in your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
Of Mary Fuck Kill.
Love.
Ready?
Here we go. God.
Okay. We'll start with the ladies. Audrina, Lauren, Heidi.
I'm going to marry Heidi.
Really?
She's a good time, that one. There's never a dull moment with Heidi.
Yeah.
I would fuck Audrina. And I would kill Lauren only because I don't talk to her.
Right.
I don't actually want to kill Lauren,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
All right, calm down. Watch,
Yeah.
that will turn into a fucking
No, I
nightmare.
saw Adrina commented on your recent pic, and I was like, oh, you got your girls.
Oh, yeah.
Are
No,
cool.
we were talking about going to Mexico, the 3 of us actually, this summer, and then Heidi had to go and get pregnant.
Wait, are you going to have Audrina on the pod?
Well, no, because
she was in Laguna Beach. Right.
Yeah.
And Heidi?
Okay, so Heidi is on the last few episodes of season 2. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking Heidi.
Oh my
We've
God.
already filmed them, so we can't have her on, but she would have been great.
She would have been really funny.
love her.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming you know these guys, even though you're not a huge social media person. Machine Gun Kelly.
I just watched his documentary.
Good, right?
I'm obsessed.
Travis Barker or Pete Davidson.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna marry Machine Gun Kelly because I was obsessed with his documentary. I'm a huge fan now. I would fuck Pete Davidson because apparently he's packing.
Yeah.
And then I guess I would kill Travis Barker only because no reason, guys. Again, don't take this out of context.
Okay, last one. Don't get mad. Tyler, Austin, Craig.
I would marry Tyler. I would fuck Craig, and I would kill Austin. But I do love Austin so much as a friend. I really do.
He looks like fun.
Yeah, he is.
Kardashians, do you watch?
I used to. I haven't.
Your favorite one?
Well, Courtney and I used to be pretty good friends. So I was
Oh my
like,
God. Courtney was my girl.
Yeah, Courtney's great.
When were you friends?
God, this is like 2000 and
What, after the show came out?
7. This is like right in the beginning of Kardashians, actually. Yeah.
Wait, I need to hear more about this friendship.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when her and Scott first started dating. And so
How did you meet?
Through Scott. I used to be good friends with Scott. Yeah. We were all in the same circle of friends in LA. And then
so
and she
crazy.
started dating him. Yeah. So Courtney and I had a lot of fun together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so are there any reality shows that you do watch?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. I have like my couple of shows and that's it. I watched Succession, Yellowstone, Euphoria. I actually just watched The Summer I Turned Pretty, which was so cute.
It was so cute.
It was so
Did
cute.
you bawl at the last
Yes.
episode?
Ugh,
I know.
It was disgusting how much I was crying.
I know.
But other than that, I don't watch a lot of TV. I watched the Machine Gun Kelly documentary on the plane because Justin was like, you have to watch it. You'll love it. But other than that, no, I don't watch a whole lot.
And celebrity crush.
I want to give you an actual answer because usually it's like, well, I think David Beckham is like the hottest human being on the planet. But
Do you know that I heard that he's not a good husband?
I've heard that too.
You have. Usually when you hear things.
That makes me sad.
I know.
That actually makes me
I know.
so
but
sad.
I like, yeah.
Okay, then forget
But then
it.
then it's like God is fair, you know, because he's like so hot and she's so perfect and like everything. So like, you know, you can't
Sure,
you can't have it all, okay?
I don't actually. There's not someone that like comes to mind where I'm like, yeah. Oh, Chris Hemsworth is hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like who do I think is hot. I don't have
Yeah.
like an actual crush.
Yeah,
on
like nobody that you would like
There's no one that I'm like, I need to make this happen.
slide into their DMs.
Yeah.
Really? When you got single, you weren't like, wait, what's my like dream?
Not really. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but forget it.
Oh, no, she thinks
There's
too
one
much.
guy that I think is really attractive, but we'll see.
Okay. Tell
Stay
me.
tuned.
Okay. Kristen, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you. It was so
on.
fun.
It was so good to meet you. And I can't wait to listen to the new podcast. When does it drop?
Thank you. July 19th.
Back to the beach.
Yes, Steven.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you.